Mindset power. How to stop negative thinking, once and for all. The truth about negative thinking. What if I told you that negative thinking is not your fault, but staying stuck in it is your responsibility? That might sound harsh, but it is also the most liberating truth you will ever hear. Because the moment you stop blaming your thoughts and start taking ownership of them, everything shifts. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are simply untrained. And today, right now, we are going to change that, once and for all. Are you ready? Let's go. Acknowledgement first. I need to acknowledge something important. Negative thinking is exhausting. It is not just a bad habit. It is a weight you carry every single day. It colors how you see yourself, how you see others, and how you see your future. It whispers that you are not enough, that things will never change, that success is for other people, not you. And the worst part? It feels so real, so true, so permanent. But here is what I need you to hear. It is none of those things. It is a pattern, and patterns can be broken. The science. Here is what neuroscience tells us about negative thinking. Your brain has what scientists call a negativity bias. It is hardwired to pay more attention to threats, failures, and bad experiences than positive ones. Why? Because thousands of years ago that kept humans alive. Danger had to be noticed fast. But today, that same survival mechanism is working against you. Your brain treats a critical comment like a lion attack. It replays failure on a loop. Not because you are broken, but because your brain is doing its ancient job. The real enemy. The real enemy is not negative thinking itself. The real enemy is believing every negative thought you have. Here is a truth that will change everything. You are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are just electrical signals firing in your brain. They are not facts. They are not prophecies. They are not your identity. A thought that says, "I am going to fail," is not a prediction. It is a pattern. And just like any pattern, it can be interrupted, redirected, and ultimately replaced with something far more powerful and far more true. How it starts. Negative thinking rarely starts with one big dramatic moment. It starts small. A childhood criticism that never got addressed. A failure that never got reframed. A comparison that slowly became a belief. Over time, thought by thought, a narrative gets built. I am not smart enough. I always mess things up. People like me don't succeed. And your brain, loyal and efficient as it is, starts finding evidence to support that narrative everywhere it looks. This is called confirmation bias, and it is silently running your life right now. The cost. Let's talk about what negative thinking is actually costing you. It is costing you opportunities you never pursued because doubt said, "Don't bother." It is costing you relationships damaged by insecurity and fear. It is costing you sleep, energy, and physical health. Because chronic negative thinking raises cortisol and keeps your body in a constant state of stress. It is costing you joy, the simple, daily joy of being alive and present. And most painfully, it is costing you the version of yourself that is still waiting to fully show up. That cost is too high. The turning point. Every person who has ever broken free from negative thinking had one thing in common: a moment of decision. Not a perfect moment, not a motivated moment, just a moment where they said, "Enough. I am done letting my own mind be my biggest enemy. I am done shrinking. I am done self-sabotaging. I am done believing lies about who I am and what I am capable of. That moment of decision is available to you right now, not tomorrow, not when things get better. Right now, in this very moment, you can decide that enough is enough. What change actually looks like. I want to be honest with you about what breaking free from negative thinking actually looks like. It is not waking up one day and never having another negative thought. It is not toxic positivity or pretending everything is perfect. Real change looks like noticing a negative thought and choosing not to follow it. It looks like catching the spiral early and redirecting. It looks like being kind to yourself on the hard days instead of piling on more criticism. It is progress, not perfection. And progress, even 1% at a time, is everything. You have done this before. I want you to think about something. You have already overcome negative thinking before, even if you did not realize it. Every time you got back up after a failure, you overcame it. Every time you tried something new despite fear, you overcame it. Every time you chose to keep going when your mind said stop, you overcame it. You already have the proof inside you that you are stronger than your thoughts. Today, we are not building something from scratch. We are simply amplifying what is already there. You have what it takes. Transition. In this first part, we have done something incredibly important. We have looked negative thinking directly in the eye, without flinching. We have understood where it comes from, what it costs, and why it is not the truth about who you are. That awareness alone is more powerful than most people ever achieve, because you cannot change what you refuse to see. But now you see it clearly. And we are going to arm you with the exact tools and strategies to interrupt, redirect, and permanently rewire your negative thinking. Stay with me. The tools and strategies entering Part 2. Welcome to Part 2. In Part 1, we got honest about what negative thinking really is, where it comes from, and what it has been costing you. Now we get to the part that changes everything: the tools, the strategies, the daily practices that will interrupt the negative cycle, redirect your thinking, and permanently rewire your brain for strength, clarity, and unstoppable forward momentum. These are not theories. These are battle-tested, neuroscience-backed tools that work, if you work them. Let's go. Tool 1. Awareness. The first and most powerful tool is awareness. You cannot stop a thought you never noticed. Most negative thinking runs on autopilot, quietly in the background, shaping your decisions and your mood without you ever consciously choosing it. So the first step is simple but transformational. Start noticing. Every time a negative thought appears, pause. Name it out loud or in your head. Say, "There it is. That is a negative thought." That simple act of naming breaks the autopilot. It creates space between the thought and your response, and that space is where your power lives. Tool 2. The reframe tool, number 2, is the reframe. Once you have noticed a negative thought, do not fight it. Do not suppress it. Reframe it. Fighting thoughts gives them more power. Reframing transforms them. Here is how it works. "I always fail" becomes "I have not mastered this yet." "Nobody believes in me" becomes "I am building the belief in myself first." "I am not ready" becomes "I am preparing while I move." Every negative thought has a reframe, and every reframe is one step closer to a mind that works for you instead of against you. Tool 3. The pattern interrupt tool 3 is the pattern interrupt. When negative thinking spirals, you need a circuit breaker. something physical and immediate that snaps your brain out of the loop. Here are 3 that work. First, move your body, stand up, jump, walk fast for 60 seconds. Physical movement changes your brain chemistry instantly. Second, change your environment. Go outside, open a window, move to a different room. Third, say stop out loud. It sounds simple, but commanding your brain verbally interrupts the pattern faster than any internal argument ever will. Tool 4. Evidence gathering. Tool 4 is evidence gathering, and this one is a game changer. Your negative mind is constantly gathering evidence for why you will fail. So fight back with evidence for why you will succeed. Keep what I call a win journal. Every single day, write down 3 things you did well, 3 moments you showed up, 3 proof points that you are capable, growing, and moving forward. Over time, this journal becomes your most powerful weapon against self-doubt. Because when your mind says you always fail, you open that journal and prove it wrong. Every single time. Tool 5. Environment design. Tool 5 is environment design, and most people completely overlook this one. Your environment is constantly feeding your mindset. What you watch, what you listen to, who you spend time with, what you read. All of it is either building your mind up or tearing it down. Audit your inputs right now. Does your social media feed inspire you or trigger comparison and insecurity? Do the people closest to you elevate your thinking or reinforce your limitations? Design an environment that makes positive thinking the default, not the exception. Your surroundings shape your mind more than willpower ever will. Tool 6. Affirmations done right. Tool 6 is affirmations, but done the right way. Most people say affirmations and feel nothing because their brain immediately rejects statements that feel untrue. Here is the fix. Instead of saying, "I am confident," when you feel terrified, say, "I am becoming more confident every day." Instead of, "I am successful," when you feel stuck, say, "I am building the habits of a successful person right now." The word becoming is the most powerful word in personal development. It is honest, it is directional, and your brain accepts it, which means it actually works. Tool 7. The Morning Mental Diet Tool. 7 is your morning mental diet. The first 30 minutes of your day set the entire tone for how your brain operates for the next 16 hours. If you wake up and immediately consume negative news, social media comparison, and other people's chaos, your mind starts the day in defense mode. Instead, spend the first 30 minutes feeding your mind intentionally. Listen to something motivational. Read something that builds your belief. Speak your affirmations. Move your body. Those 30 minutes are the most important investment you will make all day. Protect them fiercely. Putting it all together. Now let me show you how these tools work together in real life. You wake up. Instead of grabbing your phone, you do your morning mental diet. During the day, a negative thought appears. You name it, awareness. You reframe it, tool 2. If it spirals, you use a pattern interrupt, tool 3. At the end of the day, you write in your win journal, tool 5. You review your environment regularly, tool 6. And every morning, you reinforce your becoming affirmations, tool 7. Day by day, week by week, your brain begins to rewire. Negative thinking loses its grip, and a new default emerges, one built on strength, clarity, and unstoppable belief. Transition to part 3. You now have 7 powerful tools to stop negative thinking in its tracks. But tools alone are not enough. The missing ingredient, the one thing that separates people who transform their mindset from people who stay stuck, is consistency. And in part 3, we are going to talk about exactly how to stay consistent when it gets hard, how to build a daily practice that actually sticks, and how to protect your new mindset from the people, places, and patterns that will try to pull you back. This is where real transformation happens. Stay with me. Consistency, protection, and closing. Welcome back. Welcome to part 3. You are still here, and that already tells me something powerful about you. Most people consume content passively. They watch, nod, and move on without changing a single thing. But you are still here, still engaged, still hungry for real transformation. That is not an accident. That is your mindset already shifting. That is the version of you that is done settling, starting to take over. So let's finish strong. Because what we cover in this final part is what makes everything else actually stick. Let's go. Why consistency is everything. Here is the truth about changing your mindset. One powerful video will not do it. One good day will not do it. One moment of motivation will not do it. What does it is showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. Your brain rewires through repetition. Every time you choose a positive reframe over a negative spiral, that neural pathway gets stronger. Every time you journal, affirm, and protect your mental diet, the new pattern deepens. Consistency is not glamorous, but it is the only thing that creates permanent change. Building your daily practice. Let me give you a simple daily practice you can start today. Morning. Spend 10 minutes on your mental diet. Read, listen, or speak something that builds your belief before you touch your phone. Midday. Do a quick mindset check. Notice your dominant thoughts. Are they building you up or pulling you down? Redirect if needed. Evening. Write 3 wins in your journal, no matter how small. Then set one intention for tomorrow. That is it. 3 simple touch points. Less than 20 minutes total. Done consistently. This practice will completely transform the way your mind operates within 30 days. Protecting your progress. As you build your new mindset, you will face resistance. From your own old patterns. From people around you. From environments that have not changed yet. Here is how to protect your progress. First, expect setbacks. A bad day does not erase your progress. It is part of the process. Second, create non-negotiables. Your morning practice is not optional. Your win journal is not optional. These are the anchors that hold you steady when everything else feels unstable. Third, be selective about who you share your growth with. Not everyone will celebrate your transformation, and that is okay. Dealing with negative people. One of the biggest threats to your new mindset is negative people. And I am not talking about strangers. I am talking about the people closest to you. Family members who project their own limitations onto you. Friends who mock your growth because it makes them uncomfortable with their own stagnation. Colleagues who gossip, complain, and drain your energy daily. You cannot always remove these people from your life, but you can limit your exposure. You can choose not to engage in negative conversations. You can be polite, but protective. Your mindset is your most valuable asset. Guard it accordingly. When you fall back, There will be days when the negative thinking comes back strong. Days when the old voice feels louder than the new one. Days when you skip your practice, spiral into doubt, and wonder if any of this is really working. On those days, do not quit. Do not restart from zero. Just get back to basics. Open your win journal. Do 5 minutes of your morning practice. Reframe one thought. Take one small action. You do not need a perfect comeback. You just need a real one. Progress is never linear, but every time you get back up, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your setbacks. The compound effect here is what most people never get to see, because they quit too soon. The compound effect of a transformed mindset. In week 1, you notice your thoughts more. In week 2, you catch the spirals earlier. In month 1, your default thinking begins to shift. In month 3, people around you start noticing a difference. In 6 months, opportunities start appearing that were always there, but your old mindset could never see them. In 1 year, you will look back and barely recognize the person you used to be. That is the compound effect. And it all starts with one decision, made today. Your new identity. I want to speak something over you right now. You are not a negative thinker. That was never your true identity. It was a learned pattern, and learned patterns can be unlearned. Your true identity is someone who is capable, resilient, and built for growth. Someone who faces challenges and finds a way through. Someone who uses setbacks as fuel and doubt as motivation. That person has always been inside you, waiting for the moment you decided to stop believing the lies and start living the truth. That moment is right now. Own your new identity. Walk in it every single day. The challenge. Before we close, here is your Mindset Power Challenge. For the next 30 days, commit to this daily. Morning, 10 minutes mental diet before your phone. Daytime, catch and reframe one negative thought. Evening, write 3 wins no matter how small. That is all. 3 simple steps, 30 days. I promise you, if you do this consistently, you will not recognize your thinking by the end of this month. Screenshot this challenge right now. Write it down. Put it somewhere you will see it every morning. And then show up for yourself every single day. No excuses, no exceptions. Let's go. Final close. Thank you for spending this time with Mindset Power today. You did not just watch a video. You made a decision. A decision to stop letting negative thinking run your life. A decision to take ownership of your mind. A decision to become the most powerful version of yourself. One thought at a time. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs it today. Subscribe to Mindset Power for weekly strategies that will keep rewiring your mind and elevating your life. And remember, your mindset is your superpower. Develop it daily, protect it fiercely, and never, ever stop growing. Let's go.